So I'm sharing my remote desktop, but that's all I'm sharing. And try to get that Zoom window in here too. So how does this work? Okay. So I've got Eclipse open and I'm going to make this one-stop shopping. So I'm going to show everything I know that might be helpful in terms of Eclipse settings. And then going to take this test workspace that I've called workspace new 2023-08-21, and I'm going to move that to the shared drive on my UMN 202.103.367 machine. And that should be something that Swati should be able to directly open in the future. And we'll test that this afternoon. So here's my Eclipse. And what I've done is for each of the complicated reports, I've opened them in a separate project inside my workspace. And moving between them, I just use my taskbar to do so. So I'm going to go to the purchase order. And we've got actually two here. And you'll notice this says simply purchase order. So I've made some changes to this version. And if we look at the one next to it, it says original. So this might be a way to keep things organized. So in your workspace, you create a version based on that project folder. So right now I've got the working copy back in the one above it. And that's called purchase order. And then in the other folder here, I've got purchase order original. And if we were to take those two and compare them inside Eclipse, which we can do using a function inside Eclipse. Hold on a second. So this is the original. And open it. And I've got this open now. Now I'm going to go to the working project. Here we go. This is the working project. And each of these is a separate perspective. So if I wanted to see what's different between the report design that I'm working on versus the one that I started with, I could highlight both of them and then do a compare with each other. Okay. So move that around. Purchase order. So this is the working copy, the one on the right. This is the, no, this is the working copy. The one on the right, excuse me, the left, the one on the right is the original. And you can see I've expanded probably the list object, the system record ID variable. Let's see here. I'm going to go full screen. See if I can manage this better. Should be able to size these. And we can't. Ah, my mouse was reversed. Okay, and yes, this is showing us what I was expecting to see. So the item that we're modifying is system record ID. And where on the right, the original, it was simply a simple item. On the left, it's now been changed to a list box. And you can see that up here. List. Let me scroll this up a little bit. So it's a required parm debug. And control type went to from simple text to list box. Yes. So there's the control type. Text box. But it's existing. System record ID. Yes. There we go. So now we're going from here is required true on that side to false on this side. And list property selection list. There's only one item on this side, and that's defined as true and a text value. Here's system record ID. There's system record ID. It says the key field. And that's where the magic happens. I think this is what joins it together. The system record ID S there. The value type is static. And I think it's a list box on. So it's defined as text up here. Text over here. Okay. I'm going to try using the tool. Text. So actually, text property name has changed there. And we've added sorted by. So we've changed the item. No, I don't understand this. List property name selection list. There's one value in here for list property. And in here, there's multiple. That's how it works. So what I'm going to try to do is check out purchase order and check it in with these values to see if there's not a need to replace these each time. So you can use this as a kind of a regular test harness going forward. So, but that's how you would compare the two: report design A, report design B, from the navigator. Yep. And right click and compare with each other. And you see these differences. So I'm going to try moving this entire workspace to the shared drive and opening it from my remote desktop. So right now I am on the remote desktop, but I'm going to shut things down. I'm going to export this first. Select an export wizard. General. Archive. Next. And what I'm going to put out is the new purchase order. And everything Everything must go. No resources selected. There we go. And then I don't think you need the archive or necessarily this doc. But now we've got everything selected here that should go. And I'm going to make that into admin purchase order. Combined MTB. And create only selected directories. And finish. So where did that export to? I suppose wherever my default is. So I'm still on my remote desktop. And if I open up Explorer, it should show me in recents where that item is. So it's this PC. Which is my remote PC. And quick access. I guess I was expecting to see admin purchase order in here somewhere. And I'm not. This is the frequent folders. Okay. I'll take this up at my remote location. Thanks. Shutting this session down. Yep.